He recommended that he be charged. Graham, but the prosecutor ultimately declined to indict him in the case. The recommendations were included in the 26-page final report submitted to Fulton County District Attorney Fani T. Willis in January and made public by a judge on Friday. The report from Special Grand Jury, which is an investigative body, does not have authority to bring charges, largely repeated Willis' theory of case and recommended criminal charges for Trump, many others, alleging a sweeping conspiracy to overturn legitimate election of Joe Biden. But special grand jury's recommendations went beyond the charges that Willis and his team pursued in case. Graham suggested at least 10 more people would be criminally charged, including Trump lawyers Cleta Mitchell and Trump's former national security advisor Michael Boris Epshteyn, Flynn, and former Sens David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, both Republicans from Georgia. Graham was among 75 witnesses called before a special grand jury last year as prosecutors examined phone calls South Carolina Republican made to Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger in the weeks after 2020 election and other election-related matters. Graham's calls Raffensperger stem from infamous January 2021 phone call which Trump declared Biden's victory by less than 12,000 votes, in which the then president pressured Raffensperger to find enough votes overturn his defeat state. It came weeks ago. Raffensperger later told The Washington Post that he felt pressured by other Republicans, including Graham, who echoed Trump's claims about voting irregularities in the state. He claimed Graham asked him on a call to find a way to cancel legally cast ballots. Graham and his lawyers have vehemently rejected that characterization, describing the senator's interactions with Raffensperger as investigative phone calls intended to inform his decision-making process on whether vote confirm Biden's election and inform other Senate work. Graham later objected a subpoena to appear before a special grand jury. This fight went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. He eventually appeared before the panel for nearly 2 hours last November but refused to comment on the substance of his testimony. The special grand jury recommended Graham be indicted as part of a national effort to overturn 2020 presidential election focused on efforts in Georgia, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and the District of Columbia, according to the report. The vote against Graham was not unanimous. 13 jurors voted to indict. 7 voted no and 1 abstained. The inquest panel, consisting 23 jurors, 3 alternates selected from a pool of residents Atlanta and its suburbs, was given full subpoena power for documents the authority call witnesses. Willis said this should prompt statements from those who do not want to talk his office. From June to December, the panel included Graham, prominent Republicans including Georgia Gov. Brian